You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones, Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider, the quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac, Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog, he won 355, could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking, the top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy, the big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25. 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the Great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Line Up for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. Good evening, Braves Country. We're going to start this off as I'm trying to get some things in order here as we get ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Let me get this straight and add that. And first thing we're going to play, because we're going to run out of time, we're going to get right to it. Wanted to hear the Chris Sale interview after last night's game.
Winning fixes everything, really. And really, I mean, just this was a game. I mean, obviously, we know how we started the season. It's been, not great, right? It is what it is. Took a tough one for our last one, had a couple days off, and to come in against a team like this, and be able to win the game the way we did. Murph with a big swing right there early in the game, and then, I kind of let the wind out of our sail, no pun intended. And then we just kind of keep scrapping. Our bullpen threw, I think, more innings than I did, and flatlined them, and that's just big. So this game was about a lot of things that we did right, which is fun.
It's good to see the offense kind of pick you up 400 runs there late. Some really key at bats.
Yeah, and they're going up against one of the best too. Wheeler's about as good as it's going to get out there. So, especially, I put them in a hole early. They come back and then put them right back into a hole. And again, we just never quit fighting, never gave up, never cashed it in. Again, tough arms out there. And then, I can't say enough about our bullpen. Coming in and doing what they did, leaving runners on, throwing up zeros from then on out was, that's the reason we won this game.
What did you think of Murphy in his first game back to do that against Wheeler?
Unbelievable. Big 3-run home run, another big hit later in the game. It just kind of seemed like the game kind of gravitated towards him today. So it's, having a guy like that come back around is key for us.
All right, so there you had Chris Sale from last night, and then real quick, I want to play Brian Snicker. It's a lengthier interview. We'll see how much we get of it, but this was him after the game.
Yeah, no, we did need that. That's an understatement. No, it was good to play a game like that. We haven't. And to win it especially, Chris didn't have his best stuff, and he just kept battling like he always does. And the bullpen piece, we got a couple of really big hits. Good to have Murph back. So, it was a nice little shot in the arm overall, I think, for us, the way we've been struggling. And, but like I said before, we got to make it happen, and we did.
Can you say what Murphy did? First plate appearance, second pitch he saw, 3-run home run off Wheeler.
Yeah.
And then single too.
And then, and some really good at-bats. He fouled some balls off. Just the whole at-bats and his posture, everything was really good. And, it's just, it's good to get a veteran guy back.
A guy like Riley, he's been trying to get that big hit. What can one hit like this do for him?
Well, it can be huge, and you kind of hope that something like that does kind of relax him a little bit, and that's, and he hit it right where he lives. That's kind of his power alley right there. It's like when he's going good, that's where he hits the ball. And hopefully that's a sign of good things to come for him, because that's obviously one of the bigger at-bats we've had all year, and I'm glad he's the one who got it.
Small ball late in the game? Was that?
Yeah, no. Well, it's, I like seeing that and being able to execute it, and because it's something good. That's hopefully his thing is we're growing to get better.
What about that game that Kellenick had?
Yeah, had some really good at bats. That catch in the ninth inning was, he's an outstanding outfielder, but I really liked his at bats. A lot of the takes were really good. He wasn't chasing. Really a nice game for him against a tough pitcher. Delo was really good. That was big right there to come in, and then, all of them, they kind of picked each other up, and it was good to see. They'd all had a bunch of, they're working 5 days off, and you just never know if they're going to be rusty or anything like that for not being out there and the blood pumping, and but they were all just nails, and kind of picked each other up. It was good.
So it's a short wall out there on the field, but have you ever seen a catch like that, Ozuna?
Yeah, probably. He kind of did. He did a nice job of, especially not being an outfielder. That's even more impressive that he scaled the wall and kind of literally brought it back. Yeah, I kind of looked at that and I thought, oh, God, here we go. Can we catch a break?
Speaking of your bullpen, where will Rafael Montero fit in?
In it. The reports were good. I think it's why Alex acquired him. I just remember the guy in the World Series and following the Astros, and he was a big part of that bullpen for a while, and they said he's been throwing the ball really well, and he's got experience. There's no situations, I know. It's just about getting him back going and being himself, I think. So you kind of get a little excited when you got a guy like that. So hopefully we can help him to get back to, what he was before.
All right, so there you have that. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and do our pick to click, and then it's ready for lineups.
Can you predict what will come in 100 years, or in 10, or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists, because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space.
All right, pick to click. Give me Michael Harris the second. He's leading off. He's got great numbers against tonight's starting pitcher, Taijuan Walker, and I'm going to take the Braves to go 6-3 with the win, get some runs on the board. I know Taijuan Walker hasn't given up an earned run, but he's only had the one outing. And honestly, Taijuan Walker's had a lot of issues over his career, and I hope the Braves can get to them, and there are a couple of guys who got some good numbers against them, and we'll talk more about that when we return. Pitch by pitch, play by play, lineups are next. Let's get it, Braves country.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone? Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. A banger, and she's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. He's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our fans here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
Want a beer? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for the Philadelphia Phillies, the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber, back to the top of the order. 5 home runs, 11 RBI, batting .324. Batting second, playing short, Trey Turner, .250 with 1 RBI and 4 stolen bases. Batting third, playing first, Bryce Harper, 1 home run, 3 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .275. Alec Boehm, batting cleanup and playing third base. 3 RBI, batting .200. Max Kepler is in left field and batting fifth. 1 home run, 1 RBI, a .172 clip. Nick Castellanos is in right field, 11 for 35, 2 home runs, 7 RBI, batting .314. Batting seventh, behind home plate, JT Realmuto, 6 for 28 with 3 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .214. Batting eighth, playing second, Bryson Stott, 1 home run, 4 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .250. And batting ninth, and in center field, it's Brandon Marsh. He's 4 for 24 on the year with 1 home run, 4 RBI. On the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies, it's Taijuan Walker. He is 1-0 with a perfect 0.00 ERA. A 0.67 whip, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and no home run served. He'll be going head-to-head with Grant Holmes. Grant Holmes is 0-1 with a 7.20 ERA, a 1.60 whip, 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 1 home run given up. Backing up Grant Holmes in the bottom of the first inning, patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. He's batting .250 with 1 home run, 2 RBI. Batting second, playing second, Ozzie Albies, 5 RBI, batting .200. Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 1 home run, 5 RBI, batting .241. Matt Olson is batting cleanup and playing first base. He's 8 for 35, a .229 average, 1 home run, 5 RBI. Batting fifth, playing third, Austin Riley. 1 home run, 4 RBI, batting .175. Sean Murphy is behind home plate. He's 2 for 4 on the year with 1 home run and 4 RBI. Brian De La Cruz is batting seventh and in left. He's batting .182, no home runs, no RBI, no stolen bases. Kid Kelnick is batting eighth and playing right. Batting .185 on the year, 1 home run, 1 RBI. Batting ninth and playing short, Orlando Arcia. He's batting .188 on the year, no runs batted in, no home runs, no stolen bases. Calling balls and strikes behind the plate tonight, it's Dan Merzell. Your first base umpire, Mark Carlson. Second base will be manned by Jordan Baker, and down the third base line, it's Stu Sherwater. Game time temperatures expected to be 66 degrees here at Truist Park. Wind blowing in slightly from left center field at 7 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 140 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Our pick to click tonight, give me Michael Harris II. He's 4 for 5 lifetime with 2 jacks against Taijuan Walker. 3 RBI, batting .800 head-to-head. We'll take the Atlanta Braves and Grant Holmes to outduel Taijuan Walker and the Phillies. Give me Atlanta 6, Phillies 3. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. A little bit of roll call. Let's get it. Phillies Braves Game 2. If you haven't done already, jump into the chat and say hi. You want to tell me where you're listening from? That's always appreciated as well. Good evening, Mr. Charles Fritz. Hell yeah. Robert, Jameson Taylor, John. Good evening, James Hagan. Floyd. Anthony Brown. Oh, we got the real McCoy in here tonight. Good to see you, Gary. Wright Middleton. DTO. Mark Ricky Ricardo. Low Country. I'm going to butcher the hell out of it, so I'm just going to call you Heblay. Handsome Hustler. Who else do we have here? Brian Andrews, Adam Westbury, Christopher Townsend. Jedi's in here tonight. Good to see you. Underwater, look at there. Underwater's back. We must have won. Edward Spry. I believe that's everybody. Mark says he's listening from South Carolina. I won't be too far from your neck of the woods, not too long from now. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. We'll be back in a flash, y'all. Let's get this. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Good evening, Braves Country. Let's get it. The Phillies are wearing their road grays with Phillies across the chest in red, outlined in white. Same on the back with the numerals. Names in red. Grant Holmes is doing his final warm-up tosses. And Grant Holmes is on the mound. It's time to do this right.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Welcome in, Braves Country. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Mr. Grant Holmes has that flow going. Braves are wearing the white home unis, the traditional ones. Braves across the chest in red, outlined in navy. Names or numerals on the back the same. Tomahawk underneath Braves, the same. They do have the gold on the handle. And the names on the back of the jerseys are in navy. Navy ball caps, red bill, and the classic white A. As Grant Holmes down to one knee, getting a little more rosin on there. Let's go. Let's get us a good first inning here out of Mr. Grant Holmes. He comes set. Here comes the wind-up to pitch, and the first pitch on the way, 96 miles an hour. In and out of the zone, it's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup to 1-0. Good little curveball right there at the knees. 1-1. Kyle Schwarber back to the leadoff position. Kind of interesting. I don't know if it was because there was a lefty on the mound, because the way they were talking on MLB Network today is the 1-1, outside wide 2-1. I think they were under the impression that was a permanent fit. I don't think they had seen the starting lineup yet that he'd been moved back to the top of the order. The 2-1 pitch. This is outside wide, curveball, 3-1. So a 3-1 count to Schwarber. Last thing you want to do is put the leadoff man on. Trey Turner stands on deck. The 3-1 pitch swung on, popped up high in the sky. Back behind home plate, it will find its way into the stands behind home. Full count. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing, just getting going here. If you're just joining us, top of the first inning, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yak 'em. Pulled the string on that sucker. Good bender. One away. It's a good start from Mr. Grant Holmes. His over-under tonight, by the way, if you were wondering, we're doing some research before the game, wanted to compare it against his previous starts. His over-under out in Vegas is 4.5 on the strikeout line. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. I think that came in at a -160. That's right about where you would expect him to be at the 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. And if he's pitching well, he's going to get that number. If he's not pitching well and scuffling around, then it's going to be a very difficult one to get. 2-0 to Turner. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 2-1. The 2-1 count. Grant Holmes looking in. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So he's going with the bender on the outside part of the plate early on. Two count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good night, Irene, 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring the number 3 hitter, Bryce Harper, to the plate. Harper, first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike. Bender down below the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, misses outside wide, curveball nowhere near the zone, 2-1. Just straighten this back up real quick and then we'll get back to it. The screen had a glitch on our end. You probably couldn't notice it, but it was about to be a problem. The 2-1. Rips and fires, 95 out of the zone, ball 3, 3-1. So a 3-1 count to Bryce Harper. 2 outs, you don't want to lay one in there. Standing on deck is Alec Bohm. Here's the pitch, the windup, curveball right there at the knees, 3-2. Harper bent down to start taking off his protective gear. He was trying to head to first, try to buy himself a walk. That one might have been below the zone, to be honest with you, looking at it a second time. So a 3-1 count. Swing, rips it down the first base line. Foul, going towards the first base dugout. The payoff pitch, swung on and slaps that foul out of play. Just reached out there and knocked it with the end of the bat. Philly nothing, Braves nothing. Top of the first inning. Grant Holmes, by the way, 18 pitches in. Here's number 19. 96 misses high, ball 4. So he'll head down to first with 2 outs. Good at bat there by Harper to work his way aboard. Coming to the plate now is Alec Bohm. First pitch on the way to Bohm is swung on and rifled back foul. Down the right field line, it's on 1. The 0-1. Kicks and brings it. Outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Harper at first. 2 outs. Pitch on the way, swung on, slice foul, out of play. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. It'll be Schwellenbach versus Luzardo. The 1-2 from Holmes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So he walks Harper, but he strikes out the side. What a way to get things going for Mr. Grant Holmes.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers. I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Where is your Tupperware?
I left the Tupperware at work.
Did you even eat your lunch?
I did eat my lunch. I said I forgot my Tupperware at lunch.
No, you threw it in the garbage.
Why would I throw it in the garbage? I ate my lunch. I forgot to bring my Tupperware.
So bring it home tomorrow.
I forgot to eat my lunch.
What?
And I ate Wendy's, but I ate Wendy's. I ate lunch.
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony! You, Tony! What's your name? Ezekiel! You, Ezekiel!
Excuse my Wisconsin mouth, but why the heck are you not drinking, for cripe's sake?
I'm on medication, so I can't drink, okay? And I'm not going to say what it's for. I'll just say the pharmacist whispers it to me.
So you hadn't been drinking all week? What have you been doing?
Just mostly going to bed early. It's not that bad. There's plenty of sober stuff we can do together.
Ugh, if we can't drink, we might as well lock ourselves in a room with no windows.
I could kiss you.
My heart says yes, but my Lord says no.
Okay, so I was going through old pictures yesterday, trying to find pictures, and there were these 3 publications from the El Segundo newspaper. And in it, there's one little passage that says, Jack Brett, your grandfather, on Right, Wrong, and Rogues. I was a great dad as far as I was concerned. Do what I want, and you got everything I had to give. But you do what I don't want, and I'll kick your damned ass. And you'll be lucky if that's all I kick. The thing that I will never stand for is that you think I'm dumb. If you think I'm dumb, I'll show you how smart I am. Don't pull that on me. What's incredible to me is he admitted that in the paper.
Yeah,
So if
crazy.
that's what he was admitting to doing in the paper, you know he was doing a lot worse than that, which he was.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he just hit him.
Yeah.
I think he hit him and hit him and hit him and hit him.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Michael Harris II will lead us off. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way from Taijuan Walker. He swung on a rattled back foul. It's 0-1. Walker having an issue with his pitch comm device in his hat. We'll take a second there. The 0-1. Brings it. Down below the knees, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopped back towards the mound. Kind of in an excuse me half swing. Rolls it over. It's going to be an easy 1-3 put out. One away. One down. That'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. Ozzie Albies right there, cutter for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, banged over towards first base. Foul. 1-2. One-two count. Kicks and fires. Swung on, just chops that foul down the first base side. It'll go foul past the first base dugout just before the tarps. Ozzie trying to get aboard. Standing on deck is Marcell Ozuna. If they get anybody on, it'll be Matt Olson's turn. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Blew that one right by him. 2 down. Two down. Marcell stands in. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is down and away. 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on, chops it towards third. Just foul. Good that it did roll foul. Probably would have been an easy throw for Bohm. Taijuan Walker just 10 pitches in. 1-1 count. Walker comes set, kicks and fires. Misses 2-1. Braves won game 1 of this series last night. 7-5 is a seesaw affair. 2-1, swing and a miss up top. Top shelf, 2-2. Marcell will take a quick step out of the box, a quick timeout, readjusting his gloves. Braves nothing, Philly nothing. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Down and away. Ball 3. Ball pops out of the glove of JT Realmuto. He gets a hold of it and flips it back over to Walker on the mound. Walker quickly ready to get back to work. The 3-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Ozuna didn't like it, but it looked like it was a pretty fair call. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the second we go. 0-0 your score. Holmes versus Walker. On this date, 1947, Dodger skipper Leo DeRocher, feuding with the Yankees, is suspended for 1 year by Happy Chandler for an assortment of actions deemed detrimental to baseball, including association with known gamblers. The commissioner fines Brooklyn and the New York clubs $2,000 and orders the teams not to discuss the matter. On this date in 1962, keeping a Laotian prince waiting in the White House, President John F. Kennedy opens up Washington's new $23 million D.C. stadium by tossing the ceremonial first pitch. JFK stays for the entire game despite a rain delay and enjoys seeing Mickey Vernon Senators beat the Tigers 4-1. And on this date in 1965, Houston, Texas, Houston begins playing in the 8th wonder of the world when they host an exhibition game against the Yankees at the Astrodome, the first dome sports stadium. 24 astronauts, throw 24 ceremonial first pitches during the opening ceremony as the Colt 45s become the Astros. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. If you haven't already, please slap that like. Grant Holmes will go back to work. Middle of the order now, Max Kepler, the batter. Number 5 in the order. First pitch on the way is up top. Good pitch by Holmes. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Right there for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch swung on and banged down the left field line, but foul. It'll hit the tarps. Ballboy will have to go corral it. Pitch on the way, swung on, and that ball's laced over towards short. Arcia could not backhand it. They'll probably give a base hit, but Arcia will tell you he probably should have had that one. That's not what you want from Orlando Arcia, especially because the only reason why they've got him in the lineup is for his glove. A little surprised he didn't make that play. He normally makes that in his sleep. Just kind of whiffed at it with his glove. So 1 on, nobody out. See if we'll have to pay for that. We'll call that just a mental error. I think he didn't get a good read on it. First pitch on the way is a pitch down and away to Castellanos, the number 6 hitter. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 1-1 count. Runner at first, nobody out. Grant Holmes kicks and fires, swing off the end of the bat, heading towards center field. Coming in, making the catches, Money Mike, for out number 1. Castellanos was hoping that might be a seeing eye single, but it got a little too much air underneath it. A soft pop fly into center, and Harris was there. Righty-righty matchup now. JT Realmuto, the batter. First pitch on the way, swung on and fouled it back. It's 0-1. 95 miles an hour up top. The 0-1. Holmes comes set. Brings it. Right there for a strike, 0-2. Fastball in the inner track. Kepler with a decent lead at first. He's got decent speed. He is an outfielder, but he's not necessarily someone that you're going to be overly concerned with on the base paths. The 0-2. God, looking strike 3. Four-seam fastball right down the pipe. Wow. 2 away. That absolutely froze Realmuto. Nothing he could do but just go son of a and head back to the bench. He must have been looking for a bender. He'll store that in his memory bank. Bryson Stott, the number 8 hitter. One of your better number 8 hitters you're going to see in all of Major League Baseball. He takes the first pitch on the way, 4-seam at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty lefty. Kicks and fires. 4-seam fastball just misses outside. Evens up the count at 1-1. Granholm sitting at 35 pitches right now. 1-1 count. Holmes comes set, pitch down and away, 2-1. Tampa Bay leads the Los Angeles Braves or Atlanta Angels, however you want to word that, 4-1 in the top of the second inning. I think somebody hit a grand slam in the first. The 2-1. Curveball. He's got that thing working right now. 2-2. Just slaps the edge. The 2-2 count. Down and away, full count. Welcome Robert, Swipe Left, Kyle, Lonely Satellite, and Vincent Moore to the Country Club. Those are random, by the way, so people don't think that we're picking favorites or whatnot. Payoff pitch, runner goes. Swung on, chopped foul down the first base side. With 2 strikes now and a full count, Matt Olson moves behind the runner, so he'll get a big lead. Big moment here for Holmes. He'd like to get the number 9 hitter to lead off the third. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it into left field, drifting over a little bit towards the line, but just a few steps. Making the catch is Brian De La Cruz, and we'll be back in a flash. Braves, nothing. Phillies, nothing. Bravos grab the sticks when we return.
Somebody just asked me what Barack Obama's last name is. Like, am I supposed to know that?
I mean, nobody, and when I say nobody, I mean nobody normal thinks about going out to California. I mean, that's the land of fruits and nuts. And every fruit's a little nutty, and every nut's a little fruity.
What the hell are you doing?
I am doing my eyebrows.
That's a big-ass mirror.
I have big-ass eyebrows.
It's funny, I was scared to death of him. I was intimidated by him my whole life. Growing up as the youngest of 4 boys and always being criticized that I'm not as good as my brother in this, I'm not as good as this brother, I'm not as smart as that guy, you know, everything. I couldn't do anything right.
And yet, George was a good enough ball player to be picked in the second round of the 1971 draft by the Kansas City Royals, a franchise in its 3rd year of existence. He'd move up pretty quickly in the minors, but hardly gave off the scent of a future star.
Well, he wasn't a big deal in the minor leagues. He wasn't a blue chip, can't miss guy. First time he got to the big leagues, wearing number 25, I remember just watching him, and there was nothing special at the moment.
He hit just 125 in 40 at-bats in a cameo in 1973, but got the starting job as the Royals' 3rd baseman the following year. By June, his continuing struggles brought him to a breaking point.
Was hitting 200 with no power, no nothing, and was just lost. I was just totally lost.
And that's when Royals hitting coach Charlie Lau approached him and helped change the course of George Brett's career forever.
He says, I've been watching you. I think you could play. I'm the only coach here, George, that thinks you belong in the major leagues. But I've watched you now for 200 at-bats. You haven't made one adjustment. And I said, I don't know what adjustments to make. This is how I've hit my whole life. And he said, I'm going to help you, but you got to give me your heart and soul.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Braves Country Radio. Phillies and Bravos. Game number 2 of a 3-game set. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson from Taijuan Walker. Is outside for a ball. Curveball misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires right down the pipe. Taken all the way. 1-1. 1-1 count. Walker quickly back to work. just misses high. 2-1. Notice that tonight, Walker's working pretty quickly. I don't remember him doing that before. I don't know if that's something added or if I've just never picked up on it. The 2-1. Misses outside wide, 3-1. He has been an infamous early great starter early in the season. And then the back end is where he normally fumbles. The 3-1, pops it back, foul down the line, 3-2. It's not really what the Phillies are looking for. They want to make a march through October, and they hope that Walker can keep it together. But even back to his days with the Mets, he always started out strong and then would struggle. 3-2, swung on, chopped over to Harper. It's going to be an easy 3-1 put out with Walker covering the bag, one away. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley batting just 175, but he looked like he might have really started to put something together last night. Hopefully he can keep that rolling. Had a couple of big at-bats last night. First pitch on the way to Austin is a cutter outside wide. 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Swung on. Pops it back foul. One count. Austin Riley, now 28 years old, as the 1-1 pitch is chopped foul towards the third base dugout, 1-2. Originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Played his high school ball in Mississippi. Drafted by the Braves in 2015, the 41st overall pick. The 1-2 fouled back. We'll do it again. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. Lifetime 271 batter with an 835 OPS and 154 home runs to his career. The 2-2 from Walker. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well out in front of that one. 2 away. He went fishing for that one. 2 down, and the man of the hour, or the man of last night's hour, Sean Murphy, steps to the dish. Went 2 for 4, got 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run. He got the game ball last night. First pitch on the way, 95 up top. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, and that ball gets him in a very familiar spot. I mean, almost the same spot that broke his rib. I doubt there was any intent there, but it's unbelievable. Almost the exact same spot. I think that one got more of his left arm right in the bicep or tricep area, excuse me. But I mean, just an inch or two to the right, that's almost the same exact spot. First pitch on the way to Brian De La Cruz is swinging a missed strike. It's 0-1. I don't know if this team's got the charge the mound in them. You know, we've talked about that over the past few years. They just don't seem like the team that has one of the everyday guys that'll be that guy. The 0-1 swung on and fouled away. It's 0-2. Back to the days of when Ronald Acuna Jr. would get hit all the time by his name's escaping me, but the Marlins starter who's bounced, Urena. The 0-2. Whoa, close call. 1-2. That pitch, top of the ball, might have hit the bottom of the zone. That was a very close take. So 1-2 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing, roasted into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. A 2-out single with Murphy running, the Braves hind catcher. We're going to go station to station. It's a good play on the ball regardless by Kepler. Not many would go first to third on that one. So first and second, 2 outs. Kid Kelnick, the batter. He had some good at-bats last night, drew a couple of walks. First pitch on the way. Swung on, chops it foul down the first base side. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. Standing on deck is Orlando Arcia. One. Fought back foul, 1-2. The 1-2 to Kelnick, outside wide, 2-2. He's gone cutter, splitter four on the first 4 pitches of the at-bat. The 2-2, inside, full count, so the runners will be on the go, which will really help Murphy. If the ball were to get down, you would think he would score. Kelnick batting 185 on the year. The payoff pitch. Swing! Chops it foul. First base side. It'll rattle off the tarps and the bat boy. They should really give them numbers. The bat boys and bat girls. All they ever say is bat boy or bat girl on the back. Full count once again, 2 outs. Runners go. Pitch, swing, hit up towards second. Hard hit ball, but right at Stott. He'll make the easy 4-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. Braves put a couple on, but failed to do anything with it. When we come back, Captain Caveman leads us off as we begin the third.
What do you do? I'm an entrepreneur. So what do you do? Well, I did this. I thought you were bae. Turns out you're just fam. Bruh.
Dad? Here he is. You want to know what I do to calm myself when I get stressed? Not really. Come on, Dad. Even you must need to unwind after a hard day. And you want to know what I do? You slip into a hot bubble bath and say, Calgon, take me away. What does that even mean? Don't even worry about it. I meditate. Yeah? I meditate. Yeah. I quietly meditate for like 30 minutes. Is that like praying? No, it's not praying. I find a place where nobody is, and it's really quiet, and I just enjoy the silence and reflect, you know? You're welcome. Why do I need to thank you? Because I've been telling you to shut the up and go away for years. Who knew that if you finally followed my instructions, you'd find some inner peace, man? That's not the same thing. It's exactly the same.
Cinderella, why do you want to go to the ball? 'Cause stepmother, ball is life.
Hey, what are you doing? Science fair project. I just found out hamsters are allergic. To what? Being underwater for 10 minutes.
I don't know if people realize or understand how hard he worked. Charlie standing next to him, just going through it, work, work, work.
I had a bad habit of wrapping my bat around my head. Every time my hands went back, I just couldn't stop it. So we were sitting there, he's scratching his head, he's trying to figure out, he says, just put the bat right here on your shoulder. I put it there and then I couldn't wrap it around my head. He said, there, you're hitting like that. That's the only way I could do it.
At first, he wasn't really driving the ball, but just getting base hits. And then as he got more comfortable with it, then he started driving balls the opposite field. They just flourished from there.
We set a goal to hit 250 by the end of the year, and I'll never forget, a month and a half later, I got to 250. And I came back in the dugout, and I said, Charlie, we made it. We got it to 250. He said, what are you talking about? We're going 260.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Good to see Willis and the GOAT and Sean. I don't think we saw you at roll call, so good to see y'all. Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch on the way to Brandon Marsh is swung on and popped up foul down the third base line, chasing into about the third row of the seats past the netting. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 94 inside, 1-1. One count. Brings it. Swung on and sliced foul. 1-2. He's got that curveball working so far. Wouldn't that be nice, Chris? If we could get tonight's game, we got a decent chance because I still say that Schwellenbach's been our best pitcher for quite some time, even though Sale won the Cy Young as the 1-2 misses high 2-2. Schwellenbach, since about the back end of last year and going into this year in the spring, he's been unbelievable. 2-2 bends down and in, full count. We'll go up against Luzardo. He's a good pitcher that they brought over from the Marlins, but we've seen him quite a bit, and the Braves usually hit left-handed pitching. The payoff pitch, swung on, popped up. Captain Caveman will run down to first, but he will be out on an F7 away. One down. Thank you, Charles. I don't know what brought that. I don't know if that had something to do with someone talking smack in the chat or something, but I appreciate the kind words. I'm curious to know how many of y'all are planning on making it to the All-Star Game festivities this year. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. Well, Goat, as Brian would say, college basketball is a fake sport. 1-1 count. Swing, chops it over to first, backhanded by Olsen. He'll flip it to Holmes, who's covering the bag. 2 down. I am curious, is that coach for Florida going to leave to go to the NBA? Usually those young up-and-coming coaches, they don't stay long after they do well. Denver might want to go get him. You see that? They fired Denver's coach. I don't follow the regular season NBA like I used to, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, my God, the guy just won a championship and they're 4th in the standings. First pitch on the way is up top, misses high. It's 1-0. They were saying that there was some rift between the coach at Denver and the players, et cetera, but I think there's something more to it behind the scenes. The 1-0, down and away, 2-0 count. Appreciate it, Mark. Yeah, the NBA regular season is unwatchable, Robert. I like I said, I quit watching a while ago, the 2-0. Chops it foul, 2-1. If I was ever going to be locked into it, it would be this time because I grew up a Celtics fan and been pulling for the Celtics ever since I can remember. It was the only team we got when I was a kid consistently, so they became my team. And as good as they are, I still can't. I very rarely watch as the 2-1 pitch misses outside 3-1. I rarely watch regular season NBA. There's got to be like nothing else on and just doing it almost like a guilty pleasure. But 3-1. Misses high ball 4. Holmes walks another one. He's run his pitch count up, by the way, at 54. So you don't love that. 2 down, and Bryce Harper will be the batter. He walked his first time, first pitch on the way. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. The 1-0, righty-lefty. Kicks and fires. Curveball just misses 2-0. 2-0 count. He could be pitching around him to get to Bohm, but it's kind of a dangerous proposition. You put the go-ahead run in scoring position, the 2-0. Down and away, 3-0. You see Turner staying put there at first as we'll change the view. I really think that has to do with the fact that Turner doesn't want to be a distraction. Is the 3-0 right there for a strike, 3-1. And if he steals third, it's kind of a moot point now with three balls on the count. But if he steals third, they'd probably just go ahead and walk Harper. The 3-1 just misses high. Ball 4. You could argue that pitch was right there at the top of the zone. The home plate umpire is Dan Merzel. They're showing it once again on the stat track, and it just clips the top of the zone, the bottom of the ball. But it's not an egregious call like some of the ones we had last night. First pitch on the way is down and away. 1-0. Alec Bomo for 1. Kranitz is going to go out there and talk to Holmes. Well, what about that? How about that? Kranitz actually going out there. I would have liked to have seen it before he started the at-bat, but a lot of times they just let these guys twist in the wind. Some aggressiveness, I like it. Maybe Snicker and company have gotten all y'all's fan mail. NBA is talking about expanding to Europe. If that's just in a separate league, I don't think anybody will care. If it's going to be like 4 teams, which I think you have to have at least 4 teams if you're going to go to Europe. That's football or basketball, because you got to have it where when a team travels, they can kind of set up shop for a couple of weeks. I'm talking about an opposing team from the States. The 1-0. Right there for a strike. Good curveball, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kepler stands on deck, and I'm sure some of the conversation has to be you don't want to keep putting ducks on the pond because Kepler, a left-handed hitter, a good left-handed hitter, stands on the deck. The 1-1 swing and a miss. Good slider. Really hasn't been throwing that slider as much the last inning and a half. So a 1-2 count. Grant Holmes trying to get out of Dodge. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Comes set to wind up the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. Big time. Big pitch. Let's go, Braves country.
I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercising.
I'm Teddy Powers.
I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Dude, if we're going to be famous. What was that?
My tube.
What? A tube.
Hey, Braves country. This is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I just won $2,500 on a scratch-off ticket.
What? Oh my God, what are you going to do with it?
Well, I could either be selfish and just blow it all, or I could donate it to charity.
You should donate it to charity, baby.
I thought so too, either charity or Bubbles or your sister.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know who's dancing tonight.
Oh,
I'm being generous! I'm being generous!
Ooh, I'm exhausted. Yeah, you're really sweaty, dude. You should have seen the other guy, girl, your mom. What? What? What?
He'd continue to raise his batting average throughout that 1974 season, all the way to .282. The next year, he'd lead the AL in hits and bat .308 while helping Kansas City to the best season in the young franchise's history. The future was looking bright for both the Royals and their young star third baseman.
Right side, back to the right, gentlemen, both hands, right side.
My pants last night. I did. I'm good twice a year for that. When was the last time you your pants? Yeah. Been a while?
It's been a long time.
I was in Vegas a couple years ago. Just an honest to God true story. Staying at the Bellagio. I went over to the Mirage for dinner, met some friends of mine over there.
The Vegas story is, hearing him tell that in person now is the funniest thing, because he's way more animated.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Grant Holmes 3 innings so far with 5 strikeouts. He does have 3 walks. It's a little concerning. But I guess the number one most important stat is no runs on the board. See if the Braves can get on. First pitch on the way to Orlando Arce, his first at bat. He swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Checked it foul down the line. 0-2. Good to see you, Sarah. Star Wars. Oh, that ball got shot into the dugout. If Snicker wasn't awake before, he is now. I just saw that replay. The 0-2 down and away 1-2. One-two count. Braves nothing, Philly nothing. Here's the pitch. Down and in. 2-2. The 2-2. Number 44 on the night for Walker is down and away, 3-2. Tried to get him to chase that splitter. Missed the zone pretty down low, almost hit the dirt. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by Arcia. That foot heading towards the third base side once again, 1 away. He spins and torques like that with 2 strikes. He should really be taught by now to shorten up that swing. Michael Harris II stands in. First pitch on the way. Splitter misses down and away. It's 1-0. Swung on. Chopped it over to second, excuse me. Stott's got it. Charging the ball. He'll flip it to first. Easy out once again by Harris. 2 down. Ozzie Albies will be your batter. Braves are threatening to make this a really short inning. The infield is back and to the right. First pitch to Ozzie is swung on. Just got a piece of it. Rolled it back foul. It's 0-1. Cincinnati beat San Francisco today. Arizona blanked Baltimore 9-0. The 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. 1-1 count. Ozzie struck out his first time up. Really need to get him going. Batting just .214 on the year. 1-1. Misses high. 2-1. Open stance from the left-hand side. The whiz. Swing! That ball's lifted into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And the whiz is on the base paths.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
Good piece of hitting there by Ozzie Albies. They're calling that the cutter. It almost looked like it was a splitter that didn't split. Ozzie, he's just underneath that just a little bit more. It probably goes off the wall. Marcell Ozuna, your batter, righty-righty, first pitch. 93 misses outside wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Right there, smacks the black on the outer edge. 1-1. 1-1 count. I don't think anybody's clicked yet. You got to have two bases. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So Marcell Ozuna down to his last strike. At least the Braves have pushed that pitch count up. We're now up to 54, so the last couple at bats taking it well past the 44 mark. The 1-2, runner at first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Misses high, 2-2. Four-seam fastball trying to get Marcell to chase out of the zone. Ozuna struck out as well in the first. Maybe he can get ahead. They're going to turn around and flip it over to first real quick to keep Ozzy close by. We'll put it back on the action cam to keep an eye on that. I wouldn't hate the idea of Ozzy going, and if he gets thrown out, Ozuna leads the inning off again. They're going to flip it over again, and this time a little closer, but now he has no more moves. Deuces are wild. You got a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Wind up the pitch. Swung on and ripped into left field. That will get down for a base hit. And the Bear. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. He slaps a single to left field. Coming to the plate is Matt Olson. See if the Ice House can break this scoreless tie. Righty-lefty matchup. Runners on first and second. Good speed at second, so a single should score with 2 outs. First pitch on the way is inside. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Walker didn't like the call. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Misses on the outer clip. 1-1. If he is set up out there, Real Muto probably gets the call. So a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way, outside wide, 3-0. Standing on deck is Austin Riley. Walker may just be pitching around Olsen to face the right-hander. The 3-0. Walker comes set. His 60th pitch of the night. Right down the outer edge for a strike, 3-1. Olsen, he was sitting dead red center cut. If he didn't get it, he wasn't swinging it with the 3-0 count. Probably be a little more liberal with his strike zone now with the 3-1. Walker turns around and flips over to first. Man, he is really concerned about Ozzy. It's the 3rd time he's thrown to a base with Ozzy on it. I think Ozzy's questioning, can he throw 3 times, but it's a new at bat, so yes, he can. The 3-1, right there, splitter up top, 3-2. Kind of would have liked to seen Olsen swing at that one. That was kind of in his wheelhouse. But now the runners will be on the move. You got a full count. The payoff pitch. High and inside, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Ducks all over the pond. Austin Riley coming to the dish. They're going to go out there and talk. They're going to go out and talk to Walker real quick. He's at 62 pitches here in the third. They have a quick powwow out there. So you got the bases loaded, 2 outs. Austin Riley standing at the plate. Here's the first pitch. 93-mile-an-hour sinker misses outside wide. It's 1-0. Not sure what Caleb Gotham, the pitching coach, said to Walker, but might just be strategy. The 1-0. Inside, did he go around? He did not. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Righty-righty matchup. Big spot here in the game. Walker trying to get out of the jam. Riley trying to get the first run of the game home. Even if it's via the walk. The 2-0. Swing, pops it up. Oh, my word. Easy can of corn. Harper catches it in foul territory just right of home plate, and that'll end the inning. Bad at bat by Riley. We'll be back in a flash. Braves and Phillies, 0-0. We head to the fourth.
It's currently 1/2 I don't give a
Today, we're going to talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. All you women that want an Appalachian man, let me explain to you real quick. They're very simple men, but everything they do it at 150%. There's no such thing as a 2-day bender with an Appalachian man. He goes on a bender. A month later, he's missed 4 court dates. He's wanted in 2 states, and 5 women hate him. It's very simple to get the attention of an Appalachian man. So if you're a woman or man trying to score an Appalachian man, go to the flea market on a Saturday, stand in the middle somewhere and do this. Pull out your can of Baianis you had in your pocket and just do this right here. Just go. Every Appalachian man within a 300-foot radius will hear that and come a-running.
I was in Vegas a couple years ago. This is an honest-to-God true story. Staying at the Bellagio. I went over to the Mirage for dinner, met some friends of mine over there. Went to Kokomo's, a great little steakhouse. The guy brings out some fresh crab legs. These just came in, I got to give them to you guys. I'm eating them. Then we go play gamble a little bit. I had a tea time early in the morning. So I said, look, I got to get going. I'm walking back to the hotel. I get 3/4 of the way out of the lobby, and all of a sudden I go, oh, and I'm standing here like this. I got my butt pinched so I can't move. All of a sudden, felt all right. I went just like this. Water.
No way.
I had some food poisoning from the crabs. Take off my leather jacket.
Hey, other side.
Tied it around my waist, and I'm just standing there, and it's just running down my leg.
I truly believe he just forgot the mic was on and forgot he was mic'd up that day. And that story is so on brand, it's not even funny.
True story. Who's the pitchers in this game?
There are 2 sides to him. There's a fun-loving, happy-go-lucky guy who likes to drink wine and used to like shellfish. And then there's the baseball side of him, and it's kind of perfect.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. 0-0 your score. Braves have 3 hits, but nothing to show for it. Philly with 1. Grant Holmes has walked 3 guys and struck out 5. Righty-lefty matchup. Max Kepler, the batter. First pitch on the way to start the inning is a curveball. This smacks the outer edge of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1 from the right-hander to Kepler. Up top, misses high. They check down the line. He did not go. 1-1. That ball came in at 95 miles an hour. 1-1 count. 95 just misses outside, I guess. It's showing on the pitch track that was a strike, but miscalled by Dan Merzel, the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fists that foul, 2-2. Braves won the first game of this series 7-5. They fell behind 1-0 last night, and then Sean Murphy hit a 3-run shot to take a 3-run lead. Philly climbed back in it, took a 2-run lead, 5-3, before the Braves came storming back and tied the game, and then went on to win it 7-5. All in all, just a very entertaining game on both sides last night. The 2-2 swung on, fouled it back. Two-two count. Max Kepler, who singled in the second, digs in. Bit of an open stance from the left side, almost Chipper Jones-like. The 2-2 down and in, 3-2. Pitch nowhere near the zone. They checked down the third base side. Mark Carlson said he did not go around. So a 3-2 count. To wind up the pitch. Swing! Fouls it away. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. The payoff pitch from Holmes. Just tapped that foul. The infield is back into the right. Riley basically playing short. The payoff pitch, pops it up. Riley is going to have a long way to go. He tries to make a sliding catch, but the ball smacks the screen just before the tarp's out there in shallow left field. He's standing over there. He's probably got a chance to make that catch, but they're playing him to pull, so that was a long run for Riley. Hey, Braves Country. Jorge Soler just hit a home run for the Angels. The payoff pitch. Swing. Fists it towards right field. Drifting over. Making the catch is Kid Kelnick. Just before the warning track, one away. I think Vegs is talking about MLB Network. If you're in Braves Country region, it's blacked out. That's just the way they do it. They want you to have to go watch it on whatever your local cable is. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball down and away. It's 1-0. 1-0. They do that for all Major League Baseball. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. So right now in Philadelphia, it wouldn't be being shown either. 1-1 count. That's the agreement that the stations have with MLB Network. 1-1 misses, 2-1. It's different if it's a national broadcast like a Fox or an ESPN, then it's a little different. The 2-1 chops it foul. 2-2, but you still have to have some kind of a streaming input to be able to see Fox or ESPN nowadays. There's not a lot of rabbit ear left. 2-2 count. Runner at first. Or excuse me, nobody on. The infield is back into the left. The 2-2. 95 inside, full count. Grant Holmes, by the way, up to 78 pitches. I don't know if he's going to make it through the fifth. Really laboring to get through this lineup. Castellanos digs in. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it into center field. And that's going to be a one-out single for the Phillies. Good piece of hitting by Castellanos. They tried to go to the outside part of the plate with the fastball, and he just got the barrel head out there and poked it over the second base bag in between short and second defenders. Real Muto, the batter. First pitch on the way is a fastball that hit every 1,000% of the zone. Not called for a strike. It's 1-0. Wow. The 1-0. Swung on, rips it over to Riley. Riley, line drive, Adam ball. He makes the catch. Great catch by Riley. Look at the replay there on that. Man, did he smoke that ball, Riley. I'm not sure if Riley caught that ball, if the ball caught Riley, but regardless, there's 2 down. Two down. Bryson Stott, the batter. First pitch is a curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Infield back and to the right a bit. Riley basically playing shallow short. The 0-1. Slice foul. 0-2. Anything that gets knocked towards the third base line is going to be easy bases for Stott. Probably at least 2 if he gets it down that left field line, third base line. The 0-2 from Holmes. Kicks and fires. Nowhere near the zone. 96 miles an hour. Pitch out territory. 1-2. Castellanos not really a threat to go anymore. The 1-2. Flings it up there. Swing. Rips it down that left field line. Like just what I was saying. He was trying to poke it down that line. Good piece of hitting by Stott, just could not keep it fair. 1-2. You give these major league hitters that big of an area, they're getting better and better at reading the defenses. Remember 5-6 years ago where they were all just trying to yak it over trying to pull the ball over the wall? Starting to see more and more of these younger hitters coming up and reading the defenses because they've grown up on these mega shifts. So a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Chop foul. Curveball towards the first base dugout. Just got a piece of that to stay alive. The 1-2 brings it. Swing, rattles that foul. We'll do it again. Grant Holmes, 87 pitches now. I don't know if he gets out there for the 5th inning. So questions who they will bring in. The 1-2. Swung on, ripped into center field, and that's through for a base hit. That could just be fatigue because with 2 strikes, they were sitting on the outside, and he brought it right down Main Street, right into his wheelhouse. Very fortunate that's all he did with it. So 2 on, 2 out. That'll bring the number 9 hitter to the plate. That doesn't get any easier because it's Brandon Marsh, and Brandon Marsh has really done a number on Braves pitching over the years. especially in big spots. Murphy goes out there to talk to Holmes and just try to give him a breather. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Top of the fourth inning, big spot here in the game. You got the number 9 hitter at the plate, and then Trey Turner looms on deck. I'm sorry, Kyle Schwarber looms on deck as they flipped the lineup yesterday. First pitch on the way is a curveball, misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 brings it. There's that slider, slices it foul. 1-1. One count. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Inside, just misses. 2-1. Yeah, I don't think there's any way Grant Holmes sees the top of the order. Can't imagine, no matter what happens in this at bat. He's sitting at 91 pitches. This will be 92. Schwarber on deck, the 2-1. Down and in, try to get him to chase the slider. They checked down the line. He did not go 3-1. He's really made his own mess. 3-1 count. He's already walked 3. He struck out 5. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chops it foul, slider. It's really been his best pitch since the middle of this outing. He came out really being able to hit that curveball, but he's given up some base hits on that fastball just because, not because of the speed, but because of the location. The payoff pitch, runners go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. Smoke him if you got him, baby. He got him. That's probably the last for Grant Holmes. Would have liked a longer stint, but hey, he got it done. We'll be back in a flash, Braves country.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Hot and verde. What did you just say to me? Oh, sorry, verde. I thought you were trying to seduce me or something.
Not gonna lie, if you're one of those people that prefers your burgers to be those little skin tag, flattened, scab meat recumbents versus like a nice, thick, juicy, rare one, I think something's wrong with you.
Hey, can somebody help me understand how LA is right next to the Pacific Ocean and they ain't got no water in their fire hydrants?
Oh my god, I love Chipotle. Chipotle is my life.
So you're trying to tell me that I can't send a picture via SMS from my house in Appalachia because I don't have good enough phone service despite my $170 a month phone bill. But in 1969, we live streamed the moon landing to every television in America? Okay.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
As a 23-year-old, it was clear that the baseball side of George Brett was headed towards big things in Kansas City.
In '75, when I hit 300 for the first time, Hal McRae came up to me at the end of the season and he said, "You're screwed now." And I go, "Why is that?" He says, "They're going to expect you to hit 300 every year." And I said, "Well, I expect it now."
76, he comes into the year with a different level of confidence. That's also when the Royals really first came on the scene. So there was something exciting happening in Kansas City.
The Royals beat the Yankees 3-1.
And George was in the middle of all of it.
A couple good years in the big leagues, and all of a sudden you're on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and you're on the cover of Sport Magazine, you're on the cover of Sporting News.
George was pretty down to earth. In fact, it seemed like he was more Midwest than California, and he embraced the city and vice versa. I think everybody realized that they had a star.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Let's get some runs, Braves Country. Good night, Irene. 0-0 your score. We head to the bottom of the fourth. First pitch on the way from Taijuan Walker is inside. Missed the zone, but got the call. It's 0-1. Walker 66 pitches in, the 0-1. Murphy takes that one inside. That one did hit the zone, 0-2. So an 0-2 count, and I can tell you right now, he missed his spot. He was set outside. JT Realmuto was outside on that pitch as the 0-2 down and away 1-2. JT Realmuto on that 0-1 count was sitting on the outer part of the plate, and that ball hung inside. He's just fortunate it didn't go about a couple inches further. The 1-2 swing. That ball's going to get through for a base hit. And how about that? Sean Murphy. How about that? He gets himself another base hit. All I could think of last night was the old Spike Lee Nike commercials. It's got to be the glasses, man. It's got to be the glasses. Sean Murphy was eating onions before he put those glasses on. Now he's spotting dimes. I don't even care if they're prescription or not. They're doing something for him. De La Cruz, your batter, first pitch. Cutter inside, 1-0. He's starting to struggle with his command. Hopefully he can lay one in. That's the second time this inning the Realmuto's been on the outer part of the plate, almost sitting in the left-handed batter's box, and he's drifted one inside. The 1-0 brings it, swing, chops it over third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 rally killing double play. De La Cruz that'll drop his batting average down to 208, and that'll bring Kid Kelnick to the plate. I'll be interested to see who's in the lineup tomorrow night, third game of the series, and see if Nick Allen gets a crack at short. And for that matter, does Drake Baldwin, home plate umpire Dan Merzel, called himself a timeout. First pitch on the way to Kelnick is right there, first strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. But you'd think Baldwin will probably get the call for tomorrow as the 0-1 swung on. Lifts it to right field, but it's a lazy fly ball, and it's going to be an easy 1-2-3. They did Walker a ton of help getting him through a quick inning where he was struggling with command. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score. We go to 5.
Justin Bieber's dead. Oh, my God.
I bought that poster for nothing.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That trash, dog. Get the off the airwaves.
Oh.
Anyone ever tell you what hole you look like?
You're a complete flop, bud.
Pull your finger out of your pipe fitter.
I'd rather be watching a paper cut in slow-mo.
I'd rather be watching a 10-man party on an IMAX movie screen.
Don't let Grammy Google that one.
It's a song or something. Do a trick. You're useless. What's your laundry folding channel, hon?
I bet you know exactly how many days it is until Christmas, don't you, bud?
Wait!
What?
Go yourself, you silly butt crusty.
You're a Danish in a donut shop.
You're a cup of baby carrots, you I don't even know what your name is, bud. Well, back to chorin'.
Sure, you may be verified on Twitter, but are you verified in the eyes of God?
Blocked and reported.
Doing some dishes, having a drink, gonna take it easy tonight, is what I would post on Facebook if I was a
That was my rookie year, 76. I was in awe, like, look at this guy. I mean, it seemed like every day it was 3 hits, every day.
George Brett with his third hit of the day.
3-hit night for George Brett.
For a stretch that May, it really was every day, as Brett put together a remarkable run of 6 straight games with at least 3 hits, still a major league record.
I think I had a 5 and a 4 in there, and 4 3-hit games in a row. Yeah, that'll help your average a little bit, won't it?
As the hits kept piling up, Brett found himself in a race for the batting championship with Hal McRae. The teammates led the Royals to the team's first AL West crown, with the race for the batting title coming down to the final game of the season.
George Brett and Hal McRae were right in the middle of the batting title going down to the final day.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to the
great Atlanta Braves season. See you on the ballpark.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Grant Holmes has gone 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. They're going to let him go back to work out there. That's interesting. First pitch on the way is a curveball outside wide for a strike. It's 0-1. He's at 95 pitches, the 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. Now you do have a left-hander warming up in the bullpen and Aaron Bummer, so there's no way he sees Bryce Harper, who's due up third. 1-1. Slaps it back foul. 1-2. 1-2 count. A fatigued Holmes going up against Schwarber, who went yard last night, already has 5 home runs in this early season. It's bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it goes. The 1-2 misses outside wide, 2-2. Kyle Schwarber has struck out and grounded out. The 2-2. Swing, slaps it foul. Curveball on the outer edge. We'll do it again. Bummer looks to be warmed up, so he's just staying loose right now, getting ready for the call. The 2-2 brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the curveball. Wow. 1 away. Grant Holmes at 100 pitches. Why is Schwarber not? Are they saying that he touched it? Looking at the replay, I don't think he did. Looking at that replay, he did not touch that. Weiss is on the phone, but they're going to pitch to him anyways. The pitch on the way, chops it foul. They're showing it on both sides. I saw it on the Phillies side, the MLB, and the Braves side. He did not touch that ball. So another trash call by home plate umpire Dan Burzell. Unbelievable. The 2-2. Chops that one foul. You give him enough extra looks at Holmes, he's eventually going to crank one. That one's so hard to get overturned. You're relying on the home plate umpire to be worth a hoot. So a full count now as the pitch misses outside. He did not, they're showing it again. There's no way he touched that ball. Payoff pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. And as opposed to a strikeout, which it should be, Dan Burzell sends Schwarber down to first. Now Bummer will come out of the pen as Snicker moseys out there. Doesn't say a thing, doesn't even give it a hard look to the umpire. Great job, Skip. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
God, I just hate it that I have a dump truck ass and a great personality to boot.
I think that's the same safe we got last year from Sam's Club. Girl, yes, it's so much bigger and more roomy. You're gonna love it. I'm happy for y'all. Zach will be more than happy to come help. Yeah, he can definitely help get the smaller one downstairs and the bigger one up. Hold on. It's Jim and Carol. Be nice. You want to help? I don't give a shit. You're gonna help. Yeah. We'll be over in about 45 minutes, if that sounds okay. Yeah, that'll be so much fun. I'll bring the kids.
Oh, this damn thing's leaking. I gotta go to Lowe's. Damn, I gotta work on that today.
Let's go to the beach.
Get a phone out of my face.
Ooh!
We were playing the Twins the last game of the year, and I think at one time they had to carry the numbers out 5 digits to see who was winning. I might have been hitting 332, 165. Hal McRae was hitting 332, 191, you know, whatever. And I remember I got 3 hits that day, and my last at-bat, I hit an inside the park home run.
Brad hit a routine fly ball to left, and the Minnesota left fielder didn't see it, didn't play it well. The wind was not much of a factor, a little bit, and the ball dropped. And Hal McRae thought, well, maybe they'd let the ball drop so George and not Mac could win the batting title.
You know, all I did was hit it and run. I mean, I don't know what happened, and then Hal grounded out, and I ended up winning the batting championship, and Hal was pissed. And it took a little fun out of it.
Hal's emotions took over, and he started blaming Gene Mock, who was the manager of the Twins. That, hey, you told the white guy to let it fall in, and it got bad after the game.
Know that new sound you're looking for?
Welcome back. Aaron Bummer comes on trying to look for a double play to set this up. First pitch on the way to Trey Turner is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. If the correct call is made by home plate umpire Dan Merzell, who started off with a good game calling, and he's really fallen apart the last few innings as the 0-1 misses outside 1-1. Schwarber would be out, and Holmes would have faced Turner. The 1-1. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss, 1-2. Really on that, when you talk about a replay, you can't necessarily jump all over Weiss, who was on the phone call, or Snicker, because they're really relying on the people upstairs. Is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Man, he'd get on top of that one. One away. Turner still said something to home plate umpire Dan Merzell about the previous, I think it was the first pitch of the at-bat. And also might have been asking if that was in the zone. It was. He just brought it. But you're really relying, because of your angle in the dugout and you don't have access to the quick replay. First pitch on the way is swung on and sliced back foul by Harper. It's 0-1. Runner at first, 1 out. You're relying on the people upstairs who work for the Braves to tell you if it's something you should challenge. And I'm just telling you, the three different camera angles I saw, he did not touch that ball. The 0-1, chops it to first. Olsen's got it, fires it to second. Arcia brings it back. So you got a 3-6-3 inning-ending, rally-ending double play. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Dan Merzell. We'll be back, Braves country.
You know what? I love myself. Even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget, I still love myself.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's watermelon. Inside a watermelon.
All I want to tell you is school's not important. Be whatever you want to be. If you want to be a dog, you know?
Why is it when you meet an American in another country and you ask where they're from, they will never say the United States or America, but instead they will always say either the state they're from or the city? When I'm overseas and somebody asks me where I'm from, I'll say Australia, the country I'm from. And then I'll say Sydney if they ask. When I was in Spain, I asked this woman where she's from, and she says, I'm from California. And I know California is very largely recognized on a world scale, but just say America.
Why is it that if the government finds diamonds or oil in your backyard, it's government property? But if they find drugs, it's yours?
It never affected me and Hal's friendship. I always considered him one of the closest teammates, but winning your first batting championship, and then there's a little bit of controversy, it took a little fun out of it.
Here we are, we're supposed to be celebrating, let's go to the playoffs, and it was a little tense there. But then it smoothed over real quickly, and it was forgotten.
Now let's meet the starting lineup. Here's the man who guided the Yankees to their first postseason play in 12 years, the Yankee manager, Billy Martin.
I had said something before the playoffs. I'm 23 years old, and they said, hey, first playoff playing the Yankees. I said, yeah, I'd really like to beat them because they traded my brother. That's all it was. And then Billy's in the dugout. Your brother was horse shit. That's why we traded him. You. Stuff like that. You know, Billy being Billy. And I'm going, what's wrong with this dude?
Bueno, do you know Jesus? My cousin Jesus? No. Did he get deported? Are you with immigration?
Hope y'all are having a good Wednesday night here in Braves Country. Welcome back. Appreciate y'all spending your evening with us. Hanging out, having fun, watching a little baseball. Listen to a little baseball, however you're consuming it. First pitch on the way to Orlando Arce is chopped off the plate foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and sliced foul. 0-2. Taijuan Walker just at 75 pitches, mainly because of that last inning of work. The Braves really bailed him out. He was struggling, and he's had time to kind of cool off and catch his breath. So the 0-2, down and away, 1-2. We'll change it back to the strike zone angle. So many monitors in here, hard for me to keep it straight. The 1-2 pitch swung on. That ball's roasted up the middle. Well, how about that? He actually kept his foot fairly straight and sent it right back up the middle. That left foot, I'm telling you, when you watch Arcia, watch him bat. When that foot stays straight, he normally gives you a pretty good swing at the ball. He's had success in his career from time to time hitting home runs when he opens up like that, and that's how he gets into that bad habit. But when he's hitting the ball well, he's hitting it back up the middle. First pitch on the way to Harris is, oh, good night. Called that a high strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 misses high. 1-1. Fastball. So a 1-1 count. We know these umpires aren't perfect. We'd just like to even out a little bit. I mean, they must have taken something out there on the money line. The 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. 1-2 count. Harris 0 for 2. 2 ground outs and 2 pretty quick at bats so far. The 1-2 pitch. Chase that one off the plate. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. One-two count. Arcia at first. Infield. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one whelp around his eyeballs. One away. He's just toying with Harris all night long. He's had him off kilter. He must not be picking the ball up well out of his hand. One down, and Ozzie Albies comes to the plate. He had a base hit his last time up. Raises average over the Mendoza line. First pitch on the way is outer edge, called for a strike. If you say so, Merzel, it's 0-1. Ozzie looks back at Dan. The 0-1 swung on and fists it. Easy, lazy, soft fly ball just past the third base bag towards the dugout. And quickly 2 away. So just like that, Walker, who's at 84 pitches, we might see him for a 6th inning unless Marcel can do something here. We had him on the ropes coming out of the 3rd inning. In the 4th and the 5th, we've given some really quick at bats. And he has danced his way through what started off as a really rough start using a lot of pitches. First pitch to Marcel is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. The other thing that you're in danger of when you do that, the longer this goes, you're going to face the tougher part of the bullpen, but also the umpire is going to give him the benefit of the doubt. The 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. It's just human nature for these umpires to expand their zone for a guy who's been pitching deep into the ball game. So a 2-0 count. 93 up top, sinker. 2-1. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. The 2-1 pitch. Down and in, 3-1. You do have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Looks like it's Jordan Romano. If you remember, he was brought in to be the closer for the Phillies a while back. The 3-1 pitch. Down and away, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And we'll see what they decide to do here. It's 89 pitches in. You've got Matt Olson coming to the plate. It looks like they're going to let him face Olson. Thought they may go to him right there, but as JT Realmuto stands up and directs traffic in the infield where he wants everybody at. Infield's playing back into the right. Huge hole on the left-hand side towards third. First pitch on the way to Olson is 93 inside. Just misses. It's 1-0. Braves nothing. Phillies nothing. Tomahawk chop going loud here in the Truist Park. 1-0. Misses. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. One swing could really put a charge into this crowd. The 2-0 brings it. 88 up top, splitter. Once again, he's missing his spot. Realmuto was settled on the outer edge, and that ball hung up inside top shelf. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Inside, 3-1. Ball gets away, but not far enough for anybody to advance. Arcia and Ozuna, they're not exactly going to win a track meet, so good idea to stay put. Austin Riley stands on deck. You do wonder if they're pitching around Olson once again. Riley had bases loaded his last time up. 3-1. Misses high, ball 4. So that was going to load the bases up. Ducks all over the pond. And here comes the manager, Rob Thompson, for a pitching change. Pitching change. Your American Rebel beer pitching change will be back in a flash. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
You're in Braves country.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley. This is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Jose Ruiz is the pitcher. Curveball. Grabs the edge. 1-1. Righty-righty matchup. Riley, his last time up, popped up on a 2-0 count with the bases loaded. The 1-1. Inside almost gets him in the hand. And we do not need that. 2-1. 2-1 count. Nowhere to put him. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase one out of the zone. Just inside on the hands. 2-2. I think Riley just is pressing too much right now. It's just human nature when you've been struggling at the plate. Batting just 167 so far this year. The 2-2. Swing, pops it back foul. Good job of fighting that one off. We'll do it again. Deuces are wild. 2 outs, a 2-2 count. A single would bring 2 home. Bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swing, lifts it into right field. Coming in, running in, making the catch over his shoulder. Good play by Stoughton. That'll end the inning. Kind of a soft pop-up that almost tricked him up. We'll head to the 6th. It's 0-0. We got a pitcher's duel here in Atlanta.
Every time I order a cheeseburger, I make it a double so that a vegan out there in the world isn't actually making a difference.
30 minutes before we're gonna leave, you give me the heads up. I'll go to the bathroom, I'll crap the booze out, have a mint, good to go. Crap and a mint. Crap the booze out. It works? Sorta. Yeah. I'll check you guys later.
Popped up into short right, foul ball. Bensinger wants it. Cincinnati, the champions of baseball for 1990, with an improbable sweep over Oakland.
I don't fire everyone. I don't know. I just, it's been good. I just don't want to know anymore. Thank you. No. Fire everyone.
Billy being Billy. And I'm going, what's wrong with this dude? You know, I never even said 2 words about it. And I remember that year in spring training, my brother was with him. And first time I ever faced my brother Ken. He's pitching for the Yankees in spring training, comes over to Fort Myers. He always said he was going to drill me. First pitch he threw was kind of up and in, and then he threw me a fastball. I hit a home run over the center field fence off him. And as I'm rounding third base, pitchers don't normally just stand on the mound. He comes over and he shakes my hand before I get to home plate. And we're laughing. So he goes back to the dugout, and Billy, as a joke, all the guys in the Yankee dugout, they get up and sit down the right field line, and my brother is sitting in the dugout all by himself. So I thought Billy had a sense of humor. That year in the playoffs, he did not have a sense of humor, and he never had a sense of humor about me the rest of his life. I never was his friend and didn't want to be his friend.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. 1-1 Red Sox and Blue Jays they're in the 10th inning. Rays over the Angels 4-3 in the 7th. Twins over the Royals 1-0 in the 6th. A lot of low-scoring games tonight. First pitch on the way from Bummer is right there on the outer edge to Alec Boehm. It's 0-1. Brewers and Rockies 0-0 there in the 2nd. Twins and Royals, Minnesota 1-0. The 0-1. Sliced it foul, just misses. That would have been extra bases. 0-2. (0-2) count. Lefty, righty. Standing on deck would be Kepler unless they pinch hit. The 0-2. Swing, just got a piece of that to stay alive. Got a stitch or two there. 0-2 count. Really thought they'd come out of their shell with coming through last night with all that offense and back to the low-scoring ways. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. And normally you would tip your cap to the starting pitcher, but Walker really hasn't been hitting his spots. I mean, the Braves bailed him out on a couple of just over-anxious at-bats, I guess is the best way to describe it. The 1-2, 92 misses inside, 2-2. On deck is Kepler, and then you've got Castellanos, Real Muto, if anybody were to keep the line moving. The 2-2. Caught looking strike three. He got caught watching the paint dry. Bender, sweeper on the outer edge. One away. Good pitch by Bummer. He's got such a funky delivery. I think a lot of people, he probably gets more hate than he deserves in Braves country. And he's been solid after that rough start that he had when he first came over with the Braves from Chicago. He's actually been pretty darn solid. That's why they extended him in the offseason. First pitch on the way is a bender right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Only thing that made me nervous with that extension is you look at his delivery, you just worry about arm problems. The 0-1, down and away, 1-1. With that herky-jerky motion, which is what makes him effective. You wonder how many pulls on that rubber band he has. The 1-1 swung on and ripped into right field just past Ozzie Albies. He was playing him to pull. Got it right through the wicket, so 1 on, 1 out. Castellanos, the batter. They may be going to the pen. Is this, yeah, this is Snicker coming out. All right, we'll be back in a flash. Braves Country Radio. Here comes Pierce Johnson. I wonder why we didn't see him last night. We'll see what he's got tonight. Keep it locked in. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
All right. Here we go. PJ steps to the dish. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss by Castellanos. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Pierce Johnson, his 4th appearance so far. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Curveball down and away, 1-1. Didn't quite have the same break that first one did. Tampa Bay leads the Angels 5-3. Earlier today, the Marlins took down the Mets 5-0. Yankees topped the Tigers 4-3. Rangers staved off a sweep and beat the Cubs 6-2. The 1-1. Pierce Johnson lifts that red glove, peers in, falls through with the curveball up top for a strike. It's 1-2. Castellanos didn't like it, but it did smack the top of the zone. I'd be the last one to defend Dan Merzel behind the plate tonight, but that did appear to be a strike. So a 1-2 count. Infield is back into the left. Huge hole on the right side as Olson holds the runner. The 1-2. Swung on and lifted. High and deep into center field. Going back on the track. Back. Making the catch at the wall. Michael Harris II for a loud out number 2. 75% of the world is covered by water. The rest by the Hawk. He got underneath that one. I wasn't sure if he had enough punch to it. He had a look, the way he flipped his bat. I think he thought he had knocked it out because he was staring him down. It's a little interesting. See if he might catch one in the ribs later in the series. Righty-righty matchup, and Real Muto, the batter, takes the first pitch. Curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Real Muto off to a slow start, but you know you can't bank on that. Hopefully he gets out of Atlanta before he turns it on. The 0-1 is a curveball just below the knees, I guess. 1-1. Really close pitch. The way he's been calling it all night, that's a strike. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Down and away. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. 2-1. Stott is on deck. I'd like to see him in the 7th and not here in the 6th. Runner at first. Kepler with good speed over at first. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, slice it foul. 2-2. Infield back into the left. Olson holding on Kepler, so you got a huge hole to that right side. Anything that gets punched over there is going to be a problem. The 2-2 from PJ. Turns around and flips it over to first. Keep Kepler close by. The 2-2. PJ spins it. Swing, rips it into center field. Fastball. Tried to go to the fastball, and he was ready for it. About let her high and slaps it through the hole. And they've got runners on first and second. 2 outs, and Bryson stopped the batter. He might have chased that one up to the very top of the zone. Might have been a touch out of it, but he put a good hard hit on it. And they've got ducks on the pond once again. Phillies and Braves tied at 0 apiece, 5 hits apiece. First pitch on the way to Stott is down and in. Had to dive out of the way. The 1-0. Lifts that red glove. Kicks and fires. Curveball misses. 2-0. Marsh is standing on deck, so I don't know if that's much of a choice there. You either pitch to him or pitch to Marsh. Stott and Marsh both left-handed hitters, both good left-handed hitters. Trying to find a way to get out of this jam. The 2-0. That curveball is nowhere near the zone. Ball 3-3-0. Pitch out territory. Good job by Murphy to keep that from going to the backstop. That curveball just did not curve. He didn't have the grip on it. He's wiping his hand on his back of his pants as soon as he let go of it. 3-0 count, kind of a cool night here in Atlantis. That might have something to do with it. Here's the pitch. Woo! Fastball right down the pipe, 3-1. Stock was taken all the way. Probably won't be so fortunate to get that looking a second time. Still a pretty good fastball. The 3-1 brings it. Curveball, smacks the outer edge, full count. I think that one just kind of buckled Stott. He must have been sitting on the fastball. But Pierce Johnson is known to throw majority curveballs. He does still have a live fastball. Payoff pitch, 2 outs, runners go. Swing, chops it over to second, and Ozzie, he kicks it out of his glove. He kicks it out of his glove. Everybody's going to be safe. The bases are loaded. Ozzie did stop it from going into, Philly did score on that play. It's bad camera work. They didn't show it. The ball popped out of Ozzie's glove, and the runner from second came around to score. So you'll get an E4 on that play. Kepler just kept running. By the time Ozzie corralled the ball, now they show it. Philly has taken a 1-0 lead. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. So Marsh will come to the plate. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there on the edge. It's 0-1. Ozzie done a great job of stopping the ball from going to the outfield. It was coming to his feet, or coming to his knees to flip it over to first. And instead, he just kind of shot out of his glove. Pierce Johnson flips it over to first to keep the runner close by. Braves trail 1-0. Still a long way to go in this one. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on. Chops it foul. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count from PJ. They haven't rang that up as an error, but that is definitely an error. I don't know why they haven't done that. If nothing else, the ball being kicked away caused the extra base. The 0-2. Curveball misses outside, 1-2. Right now they're giving that earned run to Bummer, but honest engine, that's some fancy math there by the hometown bookkeeper. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, chops it off his instep, hobbling around a little bit. We'll do it again. I should have just been looking at the 3D camera. On that last play. The 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing, rips it over to first. Olson's got it, steps on the bag, and that'll end the inning. Good defensive play by Olson. The error will cause the run. I'm sure they'll figure that out later on. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Braves trail by just 1.
Georgia Tech put a 222-point smackdown on the University of Cumberland. But I don't think the full story of the game gets told nearly enough. And that starts with this man named John Heisman. And you might be familiar with that name. They named a pretty big award after him. But at the time, Heisman was coaching baseball and football at Georgia Tech. Heisman was nothing if not a very proud man, and so when Cumberland University put a 22-0 smackdown on his baseball team in the spring, he put his eyes on the fall football date for some revenge. Cumberland disbanded their football team heading into the 1916 season, but he realized that he could fine them $3,000 if they refused to play the game that they had originally agreed to. This is 1916, and that's equivalent to about $84,000 today. Enter George E. Allen, who would later go on to become a pretty notable career politician, but at the time was the captain of Cumberland's baseball team. The university tasked him with getting together some of his fraternity brothers and law school students and making a football team. So George E. Allen and Cumberland show up for this game, and it's worth remembering that football isn't the prominent sport it is today at this time. Most of these guys have never played before and aren't even familiar with the rules of the game. But that was just music to the ears of John Heisman, who proceeded to unleash one of the most vicious rushing attacks you will ever hear about in your life. 26 attempts for 922 yards. 17 of those 26 attempts, that's 65%, were house calls. Georgia Tech didn't throw the ball a single time. They didn't need to. They were averaging 35 yards per carry. On the flip side, Cumberland carried 27 times for negative 42 yards with 9 fumbles. They attempted 18 passes, of which 2 were completed, unless you count the 6 that were completed to Georgia Tech, and they gained 14 yards. 6 of their plays gained positive yardage. They never played Georgia Tech in an athletic event again.
All right, welcome back, Braves Country. Braves cough up a run, but can't remember who said. I think it was Charles. It could have been a lot worse. I'm sorry, it was Gary. Could have been a lot better too. So Sean Murphy stands at the plate. Maybe he can tie this one up. Righty-righty matchup. Ruiz back out there. First pitch on the way. Swing. Rips it foul. Sinker inside. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. Curveball misses. We've got Murphy, De La Cruz, and Kelnick due up. 1-1 count. Swing, chops it foul just over the curveball there. So he's going sinker, curve, curve to start the at-bat versus Murphy. The 1-2 from De La Cruz. De La Cruz on deck. The 1-2 to Ruiz is a fastball, misses high out of the zone, 95 miles an hour, 2-2. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night. First pitch, 7:15 Eastern. The 2-2 in the dirt. Sinker. Sank just a little too much, full count. And then we will head out to Tampa Bay. Payoff pitch. Curveball goes around, and he did not go around. They checked down the line. Murphy sold it the best he could, and he got the call. That's really close. We'll take it after all the stuff we've been through today in the last couple of days with these home plate umpires. So the tying run reaches. De La Cruz comes to the plate. Bryan's 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, 95 mile an hour fastball. It's 0-1. De La Cruz, the ex-Marlin, is facing a defense that is back and to the left. Huge hole on the right side, the 0-1. Swung on, chops it over to third. Bohm juggles it, fires it over to first. Low throw, but Harper keeps his foot on the bag, digs it out. It's going to be 5-3 put out. They could have had a double play most likely. He doesn't drop the ball, but a good job to stay with it. One away. You can't assume the double play, so there will be no error. It'll just be a 5-3 put out. Murphy moves into scoring position, representing the tying run. That'll bring Kid Kelnick. Kelnick takes his first swing and a curveball down and in. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Standing on deck is Arcia. If they could keep the line moving, we would flip back to the top of the order. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 95. Blew it right by him, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kelnick is way out in front of the curveball and is way behind the fastball. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses high and out of the zone, 1-2. You don't see guys do it much anymore, but you'd love to see him choke up a little bit and just try to put contact on the ball. One, two, high and inside. Pushes him back, 2-2. Two count. A single would probably score Murph, but if it's a hard hit single, probably not. The 2-2. Outside wide, full count. JT Real Muda wants to check down the line, but no way he went. Talked about this last year, but you used to see home plate umpires tell catchers, I will ask you if I want an appeal down the line. You don't ask. That doesn't happen anymore. The payoff pitch. Inside ball 4, so a great at bat by Kid Kelnick. He's been doing that a lot here recently. Working his way aboard. Keep that line moving. Orlando Arce, your batter. He does have a base hit tonight. Righty, first pitch on the way. Swung on and hit over into left field. That ball's going to get through. I don't know how it got through, but it's going to get through and tie the game. I got to see that again. That was like a magic trick. Under the glove of Bohm, behind the glove of Turner. Good base, great base running by Smurf, and the Braves have tied it up. Bohm misses it, barely. Oh, I see what it tipped off the webbing of his glove, of Bohm's glove, just enough to redirect it. Turner was going to be there to backhand it and at least get one out somewhere, or at least keep it in the infield, but it just nicked it enough to push it behind Turner. Wow. That is fortuitous, and we'll take it. First pitch on the way to Harris. 95 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. And you know Michael's not swinging the bat the way he normally is because that pitch was in his wheelhouse. We'd be looking at a 4-1 game when he's on his mark. The 0-1. Swung on. That ball's belted deep into right field. It's going to be deep enough to score the run. We're going to have ourselves a 1-run lead. Well, all right, Money Mike. You don't get it out, but you get it far enough, and you're Atlanta Braves taking a 2-1 lead. Ozzie Albies your batter. He'll chop the first pitch he sees over to third, and that's going to be an easy 5-3 putout. That'll end the inning. But out before the Braves put 2 on the board. We'll be back at a flash. Schwarber, Turner, the top of the order, due up for the Phillies.
You know how it works, right?
You get the good-looking one, you get the friend, and I take the fat one?
Would you punch me in the face for $1 billion?
I punch you in the face for $40. $1 billion? $1 billion. I would hit you with a snow shovel in front of your mom. For $1 billion? $1 billion. I don't even care if I have to pay taxes on it.
What is your number one takeaway from
this team sucks. Like, I'm telling you, they stink.
Foul on number 99 of the defense. After he tackled the quarterback, he's giving them business down there at the 15-yard penalty.
Some sunshine, 60, Thursday partly sunny skies, and 57. And to another woman who likes to be double-fisted in a different way, I think, Jess.
She means beer. She means beer. Guys, she means beer. Don't put me on YouTube. My God.
So emotions were high as the Royals' first ever postseason began, and the series would match the intensity, with the teams trading wins over the first 4 games, which set up a deciding Game 5 in New York.
I had a feeling that George was going to do something dramatic. It didn't take a genius to figure that out because he did a lot of very dramatic things.
In the top of the 8th, the Royals would be trailing by 3 runs when Brett got his chance to do something dramatic. stepping to the plate with 2 runners on against lefty Grant Jackson.
Charlie Loud, my hitting coach, he kind of, come here, I want to talk to you. Standing on the on-deck circle, I go over to the dugout, and he says, this guy really has a tough time getting the ball away from left-handers. Move off the plate another inch or 2 and just react.
I talked to George yesterday, and he said he doesn't try to go for home runs unless the situation warrants it. He represents a tying run.
High drive, hit to right field. It's gone. There it is. The ball game is tied.
And you can hear the quiet of this crowd.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves lead this one 2-1. All the scoring has happened here in the 6th inning as we head to the 7th. Phillies scored 1 in the 6th, Braves 2 in the 6th. Left-handed arm of Dylan Lee comes into the game. First pitch for a strike to Schwarber. It's 0-1. The 0-1 right there, smacks the edge. 0-2 with the slider. So an 0-2 count. Dylan Lee brings it. Bender down and away, 1-2. You got Schwarber, Turner, and Harper, so 2 lefties due up in the first 3 batters, which is why Lee is being called on. You'd love a 1-2-3 inning, get right back to work. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. 7th inning stretch is coming up. Braves 2, Phillies 1. Schwarber, dangerous left-handed bat, representing the tying run. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, 95 miles an hour, full count. Infield is back and to the right. Riley basically playing shortstop. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Yak 'em. 1 away. Brought the gas. Blew it right by. Must have been sitting on slider. Schwarber was just getting the gun out of the holster. That went flying by him. 1 down, top of the 7th. First pitch on the way is a check swing foul by Trey Turner. It's 0-1. Kind of an excuse me swing. The 0-1. Lee comes set, brings it. Swing and a miss, slider down and in, 0-2. Oh-2 count. Braves came into tonight 5 games behind Philly and New York. 2 behind Washington. The 0-2, down and in, 1-2. Miami with a 3-game lead over Atlanta. The 1-2, swung on, lifted into right field. Turner slips, but he'll have enough time to recover and he'll head to first. Off the end of the bat single. See what he slipped over. I guess it was just stumbled out of the box. I thought he slipped over the bat, but he just stumbled out of the box. He appears to be okay. Lefty-lefty matchup now with Bryce Harper at the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss. He unloaded on that one. It's 0-1. Harper could change this game again with 1 swing. This series has been nip and tuck all 15 plus innings. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. 0-2 count. Turner at first. You wonder if he may be going. If he's expecting that slider, it'd be really tough for Murphy to throw him out. They set up outside, the 0-2. Slider down and away, 1-2. On deck is Bohm, Kepler in the hole. So really, if you play it forward, 3 of the first 5 batters due up in this inning are left-handers. The 1-2 from Lee brings it. Swing, pops it back foul. Braves 2, Phillies 1. Top of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch on the way. The 1-2 from Dylan Lee. Slider down and away, 2-2. Nowhere near the zone. Trying to get Bryce to chase that pitch, but that was way off the plate. So he's gone slider, 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 4 seam and back to the sliders. The 2-2. Swing, slaps it back, foul. 2-2 once again. Daysbel Hernandez is warming up in the pen. Whether we see him or not this thing probably has a lot to do with what happens here with Harper. The 2-2 from Lee. Swing, lifts it, blasts it deep into right center field, and that ball's gone. So just like I said, he changed this with one swing. He did, and the Phillies jumped back out to a 1-run lead. Fastball right down Main Street. A little surprised they didn't go back to the slider with 2 strikes on Harper. That fastball was right there on a tee, and he did not miss. Second home run of the year by Bryce Harper. They were set up outside, and that fastball was right down. I mean, basically, you ask Bryce Harper where he wants a fastball, that's exactly where he wants it. But once again, I'm a little surprised at the 2-2. They didn't go back to the slider to try to get him to chase. So Braves trail by 1 again. First pitch on the way. It swung on and chopped foul. That got a piece of Murphy, I think. He appears to be okay. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lee comes set, his 19th pitch of the inning. Brings it, swung on, chops it over to third. Riley's got it, fires it across the diamond, perfect laser. 2 down. 2 down. Lefty-lefty matchup. Max Kepler, the batter. First pitch to Max is 93 high. It's 1-0. Braves will have the heart of the order due up in the bottom of the 7th. And it looks like is the 1-0. Down and away. They call that a strike, 1-1. Now that the Braves are trailing, Montero, the recently acquired pitcher from the Astros, is now warming at the bullpen now that we don't have the lead. The 1-1 swing and a miss slider, 1-2. 1-2 count. Kepler 2 for 3 on the day. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets out of the inning, but not before he coughs up a 2-run shot. Bryce Harper takes him deep and grabs the lead. Get up and stretch, Braves country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the find me something of Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back going through. Root for the if they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around and be home game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root. You sound better tonight!
Welcome back. Marcell Ozuna will lead us off, the heart of the order. Ozuna, Olson, Riley. Set to take on Joe Ross, right-hander. Bit of a journeyman starter now the Phillies are putting him in their bullpen. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch on the way. 96-mile-an-hour fastball misses, it's 1-0. As a starter, the Braves did very well against Joe Ross. But when you go to relief, you kind of just lean on 2 pitches as opposed to try to have a whole repertoire. The 1-0. 87. Slider hits the outer edge. 1-1. Mark says Harper gives it trouble. Harper gives everybody trouble. We're not alone. He's one of the best hitters in baseball. 1-1 count. Swing lifted into center field. Just got out in front of that one. It's going to be F8 in your scorecard, 1 away. 1 down, and that'll bring Olson to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup here. Olson digs in. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 94 miles an hour. It's 0-1. This is his 4th appearance out of the pen for the Phillies. The 0-1 inside, 1-1. Be interesting to see what some of these pieces do throughout the entire year for the Phillies, because a guy like Ross, who's not really used to being in the pen, typically those guys do well at the beginning of the season, but how do they pan out towards the end. It's a lot of fatigue going up and down. The 1-1, 94 misses high, 2-1. He's got a live fastball. He always did. He was a top-ranked prospect when he first came up with the Nationals years ago. Just never could quite find his footing as a starter. More of like that number 5 starter that a lot of teams will carry throughout his career. The 2-1, swing, chops it over to first. Easy play by Harper. Steps on the bag, 2 away. 2 down. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Austin Riley has had his opportunities tonight, just couldn't come through. Can he come through here? Righty-righty matchup. Ross comes, set his 8th pitch of the night. First pitch, slider misses outside. It's 1-0. It's calling that a slider, but it really has more movement of a cutter. It just kind of goes off the edge with a tight snap to it. Riley's 0 for 3 with the strikeout, a fly out, and a fly out. As the 1-0 misses high, 2-0. 2-0 count. Phillies defense playing pretty straight up, except for Harper. As the 2-0 swing, that ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ramalama, ding dong, a solo shot. We got ourselves a tie game.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
A hanger, a banger, yanked and cranked over the track. Spoke a little too quick there, didn't you there, Keith, my guy? All right, Sean Murphy, the batter now. Murphy's 1 for 1. First pitch on the way to Smurf is swung on and fisted into right field, but that'll be caught by Castellanos. Easy, lazy fly ball to end the inning. But out for your Atlanta Braves. Tie it back up. Austin Riley jamming it down their throats. It's 3-3, heading to 8.
Quit slow blinking at me.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I would like to rear up and jackknife my legs and kick you both in the jaw with my foot bone. I'll chew through you. Slow blinking eyes. I will chew off your eyelids. You won't slow blink at me, will you?
Did you drink before you came here?
No, but I'm going to start drinking. Probably I'm going to start with Karen Carpenter's head. I'm going to rip her head off, and then I'm going to come back and light you on fire.
That's completely uncalled for.
Really? Do you think it is? Off, Jill. God, everybody hates you. God.
Jim Simpson with Mickey Mantle and Sandy Koufax, and stay tuned now for the 4th game of the 1969 World Series.
Tom Seaver with the pitch. Changes speed, gets it in there for a call strike. Breaking pitch, it's 1-1. Bunts the ball, a good one. It's taken now by Ricketts, close to first, out and hit him in the back. Here comes the winning run. The ball is in play. The Mets win the ball game. The Mets win the ball game by a score of 2-1.
Don't bother me. I hold grudges. I don't give a damn. I still hate mother from middle school. I don't wish none of you well. All of you.
But it turned out that the biggest moment of George Brett's career to that point would be just a footnote in baseball history.
We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning now, and Chris Chambliss steps up, and the crowd comes alive here. Delivers high drive, hits it right center field.
That's gone. Go. Chris Chambliss has won the American League pennant for the New York Yankees.
George, when you hit the home run, you're not a home run hitter, but 2 were on at the time. Were you going for a home run at that time, George? Yeah. No base hit, going for the 3-run home.
The fence is 310 feet. I think I can hit one that far. So I tried to hit one 310 feet.
Welcome back, Braves Country. Phillies 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Braves 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. We head to the top of 8. And it'll be Daysbull Hernandez's turn. See if he can keep Castellanos, Real Muto, and Stott at bay. The 6, 7, 8 hitters in the lineup. Marsh would be number 4 in the inning if they got the line moving. First pitch on the way to Castellanos is down and away. It's 1-0. Hernandez came in yesterday. The 1-0. Inside 2-0. You wonder, just playing this forward, so let's say tomorrow's a close game and you need a righty out of the bullpen. Would they go to Hernandez, or will he not be available as the 2-0 down and away 2-1? I would think what would happen is that he wouldn't be available, but PJ would be in the back end. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Good slider. Blanco, if you're wondering about him, he's probably at the stage of his career. He's a guy you might see in extra innings. You might see him if you're trailing by a run or so. But I don't know if you put him in there as the 2-2 pitches. Chopped over to Riley. Riley's got it, fires it over to first, rips it across the diamond. A 5-3 figure that they don't want to go 3 days in a row with anybody this early in the season. What would really get sticky is if we have a chance for a sweep against Philly. I know that's a big if, but say you have a chance against sweep Philly, and would you go Rossio Iglesias 3 nights in a row? That's the big question. First pitch on the way to Real Muto is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. We got a long way to go before that's even a thought process, but they may save PJ for the back end of the pen. You never know. The 1-0. 96 misses high. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. And tomorrow promises to be a closely pitched match, as well as you've got Schwellenbach versus Lizardo. The 2-0 nowhere near the zone 3-0. So Hernandez in danger of walking the go-ahead run. The 3-0, 95, misses high, ball 4. So just like that, he walks Real Muto. Real Muto goes down to first. Bryson Stott now comes to the plate. First pitch on the way is a slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 96-mile-an-hour fastball misses outside, 1-1. Hernandez has struggled with his control early in this season. He was one of the more consistent arms in the pen to end the 2024 campaign. One count. Wind up the pitch. Swing. Pops it up. 1-2. That ball bend out of play. Runner at first. It's Real Muto, and he had good speed when his career first started, but doesn't have quite the fleet of foot. The catcher into his 30s now. The 1-2. Misses high, 2-2. And when he's missing the zone, he's missing it by a mile. 2-2 count. Just hoping he can find a way to get out of this jam. Hernandez brings it in the dirt. Good night. Irene almost hits him in the foot, full count. And these pitches are all over the place. full count. Standing on deck is Marsh. Then you'd have the top of the order. So the Braves about to face a couple of tough left-handed bats along with Stott. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Real Muto goes. He is going to be safe at second. Ball popped out of the glove of Arcia. I don't think he would have gotten him anyways because it was a bouncer to Murphy. So he had really not much of a prayer of getting Real Muto on that play. He ran on the perfect pitch. If Arcia holds on to it, it's close. Because he does smack his leg just as he's really looked like it was more of a hit and run than it was a straight steal. But they got the bad pitch, and here we go. So runner at second, 2 outs. First pitch on the way, swung on and tipped foul. Down the first base side, it's 0-1. Infield is back and to the right a bit. Riley and Arcia are playing further over, whereas Ozzie, as the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Ozzie and Olsen are playing pretty square away on the right side. So anything hit down the third base line is going to be a problem. The 0-2 from Hernandez trying to bounce back. Here's the pitch. Swing, rips it foul. Out in front of that one. We'll do it again. The 0-2 comes set. The pitch in the dirt. Good block by Murphy. 1-2. Minnesota leads Kansas City 4-0 in the bottom of the 9th. Kansas City is batting. The 1-2 to Marsh. Comes set. Pitch. Just tips it foul. Got a piece of it to keep it alive. Braves 3, Phillies 3, top of the 8th. 8 hits for the Phillies, 7 hits for the Braves. The 1-2. Inside, down and in, 2-2. Two count, 2 outs. So Real Muto will be running on contact. Anything that gets down would score the go-ahead run. The 2-2. Inside, ball 3, full count. So now the wheels are really turning. You don't want to walk Marsh. Schwarber stands on deck. The payoff pitch. Swing, chops it over to first. Olsen's got it. He'll step on the pillow, and we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Tied up. De La Cruz, Kelenic, and Arcia are due up when we return.
All right, we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning now, and Mark Littell is on the mound. It'll be Chambliss, Sandy Alomar, and Greg Nettles. This game is for the American League Championship.
Chambliss is so hot he's got his shirt unbuttoned. He's in heat.
Mark Littell delivers high drive, hits it right center field.
That's gone.
It is
gone. Chris Chambliss has won the American League pennant for the New York Yankees. A thrilling, dramatic game with overtones of that great 6th game in the World Series a year ago, and then the 7th game too. What a way for the American League season to end. A spunky young Kansas City team. Look at them mob Chris Chambliss.
Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
George, you couldn't have tried any harder. Just congratulations to the Royals. Just too bad somebody had to lose.
I came up number 25, and I think it was after my first full season. Al Zeke, our equipment manager, called me, and he said, we just traded Richie Scheinblum I want you to wear number 5. And I go, oh, I don't give a crap what number I am. He says, no, I think you're going to be a pretty good third baseman. I know you like Brooks Robinson. You play number 5. That's the number of their position. I think it would be great. I said, fine, give me number 5. Now number 5's up above the scoreboard, so it's pretty cool.
To the 5 memberships. Ethan, the sticker and safety briefer, excuse me. First pitch on the way to Brian De La Cruz is swung on. That ball's belted deep into right field. That's going to get off the wall. Well played by Castellanos, and he'll keep De La Cruz to a long single. Good Lord. You couldn't get luckier than that. I thought that was going to shoot off the wall and kick away from him, but great reaction by Castellanos. Not a well-played ball. He was just fortunate where it hit right back into his glove. He was kind of shielding himself. Castellanos has always been known to be kind of iffy in his defense in right field, but he always plays well against the Braves. I don't know what it is. That guy will be making diving catches and sliding around looking like Andrew Jones. Eli White will come on to run for De La Cruz. So keep an eye on that. First pitch on the way. High and inside to Kelnick. It's 1-0. Trying to get this straightened back out. There we go. 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Kelnick 0 for 2, but he did draw a walk. He's squaring the bunt. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. He's willing to give himself up, but Ross is still back out there, by the way. He did go back out there for another inning. Eyeglasses is warming up in the bullpen just in case. The 2-0. Good bunt by Kelnick. Here comes the throw. They're going to get Eli White at second base just in front of it. Might have been a little harder than he wanted it. Good throw by Harper. Remember, he used to be playing right field. It was a gutsy attempt with Eli White's speed. He just got him. He doesn't have a perfect throw there. That could have been a disaster. He should have done what I do with MLB The Show and just hit the L1 button, just run right to the base. Righty-righty matchup. Orlando Arcia, your batter. First pitch on the way is down. All right, down and away. It's 1-0, I guess. Looked like a pitch that it did hit the zone. For those y'all who are not watching along at home. The 1-0. Swung on, chops it over to third. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a 5-4 put out. Kelnick, good hard slide. Stott will back out of the way. And Arcia, hustling down the line, will make it down to first. It looks like that's going to be about it for Joe Ross. Thompson comes in. We'll be back in a flash. Pitching change here in Braves country. The Braves, Phillies, 3-3 your score. Hey, Braves country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Welcome back, Braves Country. Alvarado will come in to face Michael Harris II. Be a lefty-lefty matchup, and Alvarado, we know he can bring it. It's 2 for 2 save opportunities. Of course, this is not a save opportunity. He's thrown 5 innings this year so far. 1.8 ERA, so he's given up the 1 earned run. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the first pitch to Michael. Fastball right down the pipe, 99. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on, chops it over to short. Should be an easy 6-3 putout. Harris hauling it and just going to get him. Short hop, good play by Harper to keep that ball from kicking away. So that'll be it. We'll head to the 9th inning. Tied up. These two teams like to play it close. We'll be back in a flash.
Two hurricanes in 1 week. This could have all been prevented if we had switched to paper straws.
You're gonna leave me here? We cannot have you around us screwing things up.
You are always stopping by unannounced.
So what? You're my mother.
It's only common courtesy you should call first.
All right, I'll call you next time.
Nope, you're going to call this time.
What?
We're going to practice. Get out your phone.
Practice? I don't need to practice.
Call me.
Oh, I'm talking to you right here. This is ridiculous.
I'm going to show you how this goes. Get out your phone.
Oh, my God, you're losing it, dude. You are losing it. You going to answer?
Oh, shh, quiet for just a minute. I have a call. Hello?
Hey, Mom, I was just wondering if I could stop by.
Right now is not really a good time. I'll give you a call later.
Why are you like this?
Yeah, man, 2 drinks a week, what's that going to do for you? I mean, that doesn't even get you through a day. A reasonable amount, if you're at home, you should be able to have 4 beer. That's just 2 more. I mean, I'll have 6. Yeah, man, 2.
Derek got kicked out. I put your toothbrush in my
By 1977, number 5 was a firmly established star in Kansas City. The Royals, one of baseball's best teams, George Brett's popularity had gone national too, and the fit was pretty good.
George was larger than life. You know, he was this young bachelor, would see around town, he would be at the bars, he was incredibly charismatic.
You know, I'm single and, successful and making good money at the time. And the more famous you are, it just opened a lot of doors.
I mean, it was crazy. He was a rock star. He was an absolute rock star. We'd go out every night and have fun like 22, 23-year-old kids would do. That's what we did.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Got us a tie ball game, and Raisel Iglesias, Eyeglasses, as he's affectionately called here around these parts, will come in. His 4th appearance, giving up the 1 earned run, and he'll face the top of the order. Kyle Schwarber, the batter. First pitch on the way, 94, smacks the black on the outer edge. It's 0-1. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The 0-1 swing and a miss, 0-2. You couldn't get much more tied than that. So no 2 count. Schwarber calls for time. The Phillies have walked 5 times tonight. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Phil Schwarber trying to stick his foot out there hoping to get hit. He doesn't want any part of eyeglasses. One, two, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the changeup. Pulled the string on that one, 1 away. So not only are the runs and the hits tied, so are the walks. They each have 5 walks. Phillies have run up 6 strikeouts. The Braves have punched out 12. That's the only difference in the regular line. That pitch is swatted deep. That's going back. She gone. Right just over the edge, and Trey Turner makes it a 1-run game. A hanger. I mean, that's a hanging slider that Iglesias would love to have back. That was just a mistake pitch, and not many Major League batters are going to miss that one. It's 4-3 Philadelphia here in the top of the 9th. So back to work. Braves will have their chance in the 9th. First pitch on the way to Harper, who's taking the ball out of the yard as well. 96 at the knees. It's 0-1. Phillies looking to tie up the series. The 0-1 swung on and hit high, out of play. 0-2. 0-2 count. Pitch down and in. Slider misses. 1-2. Philly 4, Braves 3. Nip and tuck game all the way. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 away. So he struck out the 2 left-handers and hung a slider to the right-hander. Alec Bohm will be the batter from the right side. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow night. 7:15 first pitch. First pitch on the way. It's right there. Smacks the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. You'll have Ozzie, Ozuna, and Olsen due up in the 9th. The 0-1. Below the knees on the outer edge. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Look at who the Phillies is. The 1-1 chop foul. 1-2. They've got Romano from the right side. He was up stirring around earlier in the game, but sat down. They could leave Alvarado in. They also have Strom and Kirkering, which I don't think they would bring in. Banks as well. The 1-2. God-looking strike 3. Fastball outer edge. That'll end the inning. But not before. Iglesias coughs up a run. See if we can get it back. We've gone seesaw back and forth this whole series. Braves trail by 1, heading to the bottom of the 9th.
So we send billions and billions of dollars to foreign countries, but when a disaster happens at home, American citizens get $700? Got it.
Hey, do y'all ever notice how much more careful people drive when there's food in the passenger seat than an actual human being sitting in it?
Yeah, no, I could probably stop cursing. But the way that my life is set up, you see, my day starts at 4:30 in the morning. That is bull. First thing, 4:30 in the morning? Yes, bull. Nothing is good at 4:30 in the morning. I wake up thinking, so, and then I go to work and I do 8 hours of skilled manual labor, building things and framing and such, and that is 8 hours of nonstop just cluster after cluster. So, oh, and then I'm not even accounting for like the little in between that makes me say who the or how the or where the so probably not. But like I said, it's just because of the way that my life is set up. So I don't even think I'd try. I would fail.
I shouldn't say. I was going to say there isn't a bar in the country he hadn't closed at one point.
I've never seen a guy have so much fun in his life. I mean, he was always the center of attention. George knows how to have fun.
Most players didn't hang out with each other too much on opposing teams. But there was one instance, George and Jamie and I, we were out fairly late, got back to the hotel, and George couldn't have got more than a couple hours of sleep because he had to get to the airport and go to whatever city they were playing in the next day. And after we played our game that night and got up the next day and looked in the newspaper, George went 4 for 4. He could handle burning the candle on both ends.
Welcome back. It will be Alvarado to start us off here. He'll be tasked with facing the right-handed bat of Ozzie and Ozuna, and then Matt Olson is due up third. If anybody gets on, Austin Riley. Braves trail by 1, trying to win the series tonight. If not, they'll try to punch their ticket tomorrow night. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is 100 miles an hour right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Alvarado only threw 2 pitches in that last inning in the at-bat versus Harris, so he should be okay on that front. The 0-1 swung on, sliced back foul, curveball, 0-2. I was just kind of stepping backwards on that one, just kind of stuck the bat head out. So an 0-2 count. Lefty-righty. Here's the pitch from Alvarez. Triple digit, swung on and swats it back foul. Braves 3, Phillies 4. Infield is pretty straight up, playing back. Harper about 15 feet off the bag. The 0-2. Swing, rips it foul down the third base line. Well hit ball, but plenty foul. If you're Ozzie Albies, you got to be sitting here thinking he's about to bring the hard stuff back. He was just trying to set you up to speed your bat up. Now he's got you guessing. Now the infield is back into the left. They set up high, the 0-2. Fastball misses high, 1-2. Got a few pitches to play with. The 1-2 to Ozzie. Alvarado brings it. Swing! Slaps it foul. Just kind of doinks that over towards the first base dugout. Playing pepper with the ball right now, just trying to find a way, any way to get on. One swing can tie it, but you can also wreak some havoc if you can just get on base if you're Ozzie. The 1-2 in the dirt, good take 2-2. Try to give him a chase, a bender down around the ankles. Two-two count. This will be the eighth pitch of the at-bat. The pitch brings the high heat. 101 misses. Well out of the zone. Full count. Well, full count here to Ozzie. You'll find out which one he believes in more. Does he want to go to the bender to Ozzie or the heat? He does not want to walk Ozzie Albies. The payoff pitch. Swing! Slaps it back foul. 100 miles an hour. Triple digits. Goes straight back to the screen. We'll do it again. The infield's a little more straight away since the 3-ball count. The payoff pitch. Swing, slaps it up the middle. Backhanded by Stott. He's got it. Easy play. 4-3 put out, 1 down. So that infield was going back and forth. What it tells me with the right-handers is that when he gets either behind in the count or a full count, however you want to look at it, he's going to rely more on the heat. He's trying to get the right-handers to get out in front at the beginning of the at-bat. Marcell Ozuna will come to the plate. You know he can tie it up with one swing. First pitch, 100 miles an hour right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Whoa, inside. 100 miles an hour. That'll get your attention. Close shave. Man. You want to find your way aboard, but you don't want one to the noggin 100 miles an hour like that. So a 1-1 count. They set up right down the pipe. Here's the pitch. 101 miles an hour. Inside, just misses the track. 2-1. The 2-1. Alvarado comes set. Here's the pitch. High and out of the zone. Ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 count. Standing on deck. Matt Olson in the hole. Austin Riley. If Zuna gets on, you'd think you'd get a pinch hitter. The 3-1 pitch. Swing. Hits it hard into the hole, and that gets through for a base hit. Well, all right. Let's get something going here. A single for the Big Zoo, the Big Bear. 104 miles an hour off the bat. We will get a pinch runner. Matt Olson comes to the plate. It'll be Fairchild, as Allen has already ran for RC in the last inning, as well as Eli had ran for De La Cruz. So Stuart Fairchild will be the runner, and he's got good wheels. That leaves just Mr. Drake Baldwin on the bench for your Atlanta Braves as far as everyday hitters. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Olson. Swing, slaps it back, foul. He went with the cutter. It's 0-1. Olson trying to time that one up and send us packing. The 0-1. One swing could win this game. One swing could end the game. Either way. The 0-1. 100 miles an hour right down the pipe. 0-2. That's the one that Olson was trying to time up, and then he took the second pitch. I think he might have been thinking off speed on that one. So now he's got the game of the slider that he can pitch away from Olson. Fairchild dancing back and forth. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. He's down on strikes. 2 down. 2 down, and Austin Riley will come to the plate, representing the winning run. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Riley is 100 miles an hour. Misses the zone, but got the call. Another bad call by Dan Merzel. Should be 1-0. It's 0-1. Unbelievable tonight. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chase that slider down. And in no way Riley swings at that if he's up 1-0. So an 0-2 count. Riley hit a solo shot his last time up. If he could hit one now, we would win the game. Game on the line. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside 1-2. 4-3 your score. Fairchild is yet to even look like he's going. The 1-2. Swing, hits it up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. How about that? So we got runners on first and third as Fairchild goes ripping around the bases, and the tying run stands at third. And it just so would happen, Sean Murphy coming to the plate. Riley with the hard hit ball right up the middle. Now there's a number of ways you could score here with the runner at third, 2 outs. A balk, a wild pitch, pass ball, an error, a single, or go shopping in the gap. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch from Alvarado. Inside, 101 miles an hour. It's 1-0. On deck is Eli White. You do wonder if they may pitch around Murphy, knowing that they have the easier bat standing on deck. The 1-0. 100 miles an hour right down the pipe. 1-1. They're probably not going to pitch around Murphy because the last thing you want to do is put the winning run in scoring position, but it is a thought. As Glavine always said, there's always a base open if the bases aren't loaded. The 1-1. Another 100 miles an hour fastball. 1-2. This is a hard ask for a guy coming off the IL to dial up triple digits with the game on the line. Kerkering is warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. The game right now is at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Swing! Fouls it back, 99 miles an hour. Just behind that one, we'll do it again. Alvarado, by the way, is at 28 pitches through an full inning of work. Remember, he came on in the 8th to get the last out. The 1-2 to Murphy. Inside, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Deuces wild, 2 on, 2 out. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase a slider down and in, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. What a game by the Braves and Phillies once again. The series is tied up at 1 apiece. That's the bad news. The good news is we've got Schwellenbach on the mound tomorrow. I doubt Alvarado's going to be available after throwing that many pitches tonight. And we got Schwellenbach on the bump. The Braves are at home with the chance to win the series. 7:15 first pitch. This has been an outstanding series by both clubs. We will see you tomorrow night, Braves country. Have a good one. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat, No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.